Hello and welcome to another creaturecaster assembly video with Emma. Today we're going to be assembling Smengal the Broken. So he is another version of our brand new Plague Angel sculpt. He's an alternate to Smengal. So Smengal has those big beautiful wings, and here Smengal the Broken, he's been beaten down. He's got some pretty sad looking stumps. But he's got a sword and a shield. He looks pretty spooky. So make sure you have all your parts and we'll get right into assembling. First off, test fit all your parts, of course, but we're going to test fit the base. And because it's so large, you might find that it's not hitting in all of the places correctly. If that's so, just shave a little bit away and it'll fit nicely in there. And be generous with your glue application. You want these big parts to stay together. For the first special edition Smengal, I did assemble with pins, not this one, but this one, and it had a cleaner finish, but they both are holding out really nicely, so it depends what you'd like to do. But for these legs, I'm not going to be pinning. I just didn't have time while I was making this video. But if you are traveling around, I do recommend that, of course. To make sure he has extra sturdiness. And as we always say, make sure that everything's fitting together nicely before you commit with the glue. And if you do want to pin this model, you can check out how I did it on the other Smengal assembly video, because he has the same body parts. It's just the weapons and the wings that changed. If you don't pin these legs, make sure you use a lot of glue, especially for the bottom part of the legs, so that when you put it in the base, it doesn't just pop off, and give it some drying time. While his legs are drying, you can attach the back cloth and the front cloth. And if you're having any issues with fit, don't be afraid to use some heat. I missed the side of the loincloth here. Make sure it's got a good covering of glue. And after some drying time, you can attach it to the base. Again, be generous with your glue on this connection point because you want him to be sturdy in the base. I like to spread my glue around so that it dries a little faster. And for good coverage. And this is the best order to get that clean look on the knee. So now we're going to do his broken wings. And that little bit there, you might want to apply some heat if it's not going all the way down. On longer pieces or wider pieces that are connecting at a lot of points, that's where you can run into issues with it actually connecting. So if you need, you can use boiled water, or a hair dryer is my preferred method because then I don't have to dry the parts to bend it. For example, with this arm too, you could change the angle if you want him to hold the sword a bit differently, and then just apply a little heat to this part that connects to the shoulder and the elbow, and just bend it a little bit. But I'm obviously going to be doing it the way it was intended, with the arm raised. And at one point I tried to put the shield on the arm first for this, and that was just a mess. I didn't end up with the clean look that I wanted on the shoulder, so do the arm before the shield is my recommendation. And I'm not putting a lot of glue here just because I wanted to be able to change out the parts later, so I don't have to assemble him all over again. But you will need to put a good amount of glue all along it. I'm just doing some dots, but cover this. And the head, straightforward. again, if you did change the angle of the arm, you can just bend this part to attach it. But I did not, so it fits nicely. For the sword, just make sure that you've got a nice fit on both sides for his wrist. You don't want gapping, but you can fill it with putty if it is. And for the shield, it connects to the base. So you want to make sure that it's fitting in there nicely, and then make sure that it's also fitting nicely on the back for his wrist. And I did it off camera because it was too difficult to film. And then the last piece is this flag, and you're done. Thank you for watching. I hope your assembly went smoothly. If not, you can always contact us at support@creaturecaster.com, and we will give you some extra tips if you need them. And tag your completed project so we can see it on Instagram or Facebook. Have a great day!